The best of the Morning X on 99X.
Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy.
The original
99X.
Good morning, X. Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy hanging out in probably the most ideal Tori Amos interview setup I've ever seen. There are candles and fairies and couches, and it's dimly lit, and it's up in the corner of the Roxy. And Tori's sitting on the floor on a fake Wolverine.
Fake
Wolverine. Fake Wolverine. A very hairy, fake Wolverine. Hi, Tori.
Hi, Steve.
I have to
Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Leslie.
Really mellow.
Hi.
This is great.
Why do you have to be mellow?
Well, because, I have to sync up with your mood, Tori. You're like, mellow and tranquil, and I'm loud and obnoxious. And it's such a...
You're actually the perfect morning show. Yeah.
Is that an angel?
It's a fairy.
That was a gift from somebody outside. They were very sweet, and so she's just sitting here.
It's a little fairy
She's
about
watching.
2 inches high. Now, one of your fans outside, I was asking some of the fans if you could ask Tori a question, what would you ask?
Right.
And they were very intrigued by the fairy concept because I guess you've said you're inspired by fairies, and they want to know exactly what does that mean. Do you look at them and words pop into your head, or
What do I
explain.
think about making out with my boyfriend?
Husband.
That's the question.
Husband?
He's boyfriend forever.
Okay.
Oh,
You
That's
gotta
what
look at
we're-
it like that.
If you don't know, Tori got married a couple months ago. Was it 2 months?
It's just 2 months.
Congratulations. You still have the gleam
She's
from ear to
glowing.
ear.
Was it a long romance?
No, it wasn't that long. I mean, it's still good.
So your husband, what's his deal? Does he have a good job, good
He doesn't-
provider?
We don't talk about
Is he
him.
hourly, or
we
is
don't
he-
talk
does he
about
have-
Does he
him.
have a good job?
We don't.
Insurance
Oh,
plan?
we don't talk. You can't
we
tell
don't
us.
talk. We don't talk about
He's
him.
out of the picture
Really?
completely.
He doesn't like to be
That's good,
talked
though.
about. He's a boffin.
He's a what?
A boffin.
Boffin?
You know,
Well,
It's
I don't
good to
even.
keep him out of the
what's-
public, though.
a computer kind of person.
Oh,
He's into.
Is it music end, though?
He's
right?
an engineer, yeah.
so he's not. He's not in the industry.
Yeah, he's a sound engineer.
Oh, a sound engineer.
But he's a boff. You know, one of those.
I've never heard
I've
boffin.
never heard that term.
What is boffin?
Oh, like a nerdy person with buttons.
Can we speak of him vaguely? Can we ask you questions about it? We talk about that much without talking about his name, obviously.
Okay, well,
Some
maybe.
people- what did you meet him like on an island, or were you working in the studio one day and this guy was delivering tapes and you said, "Hey, come here"? What? Out of nowhere, this man comes and you're married. People are curious.
He was doing. We had heard he was really hot, so we got him to do live sound for one of the tours.
Really hot, meaning at his
As
job?
At his job.
Okay.
He's British, and so anyway, I heard the sound reflecting from the back, and it was the most. I'd never had sound like that before.
Right.
And so I started to look where the sound was coming from, and I saw these legs coming out of these steel-tip caterpillar boots with ripped-off shorts and an alien T-shirt that had the third finger up.
That's how Barnes and I met.
And
Exactly.
and I just said, I just flipped.
Was it love at first sight?
Well,
Or lust
he
at
looked
first
like a popsicle, and I just didn't know what to do with myself.
Man.
Who would have known just that the sound guy one day would be the future Mr. Amos?
No.
No.
I'm Mrs.
I know.
I'm definitely Mrs.
Mrs. Somebody.
Somebody.
Mrs. Somebody. So
Did that
guess-
change things, though, while you were in the process of recording the record and you meet this man?
Yeah, was it mid-flow?
It was before that.
That was before.
Yeah.
So when you called us from that island, where was it last time? She was in
Oh, yeah.
Antigua or somewhere.
Where was I?
You were in some island recording or working a pre-production. Was he around?
Oh, I was
then?
probably doing something else. What was I doing? What was
You
I
were
up
working
to?
on this album, but it was the early stages.
Oh no. Yeah, I was with him.
Oh,
He recorded this record with his partner.
gotcha.
So it kind of all sort of got on tape.
Good. That's awesome.
Back to the fairies.
Yes.
Um,
Jimmy, this is the thing, right? I think the fairy thing gets I'm really into, like, I was in Ireland for a while, and you can hang out with these guys in the pub that are really hardened guys. Like, you're not gonna, if they say, Dory, watch out for the fairies when you're going home. You may never come back. You don't laugh at them because they'll beat your head in. I mean, they're very serious about their belief in the other world. And it's really a belief in the other world. I'm not really a fan of Tinkerbell. That isn't the way I see it. It's much more about shadows and beings and creatures that like where the wild things are.
Oh, I
The
love that.
feeling of,
Yeah.
When you're walking down a lane in the middle of the night and you know you're not alone and you believe in another force. That's really what it's about. It's not sort of like just, Tink.
I wanted to talk a second about the new CD from the Choirgirl Hotel, which comes out on Barnes' birthday.
That's right.
Does it really?
May
Russ?
5th.
May 5th.
I planned that.
I know you did.
The first song, which I love, Spark, I have no idea what it's about.
Me neither.
It's got great lyrics, and one of the lines that I'm very intrigued by, trusting my soul to the ice cream assassin.
Is there somebody around who might know what that's about?
Do you have an interpreter that comes along with you and figures you out?
Just because you're fans and we're fans and we just want to know.
That's an interesting lyric.
Well, Spark was really, I saw it as, a lot of people talk about people that jump over the edge, or you hear about people that are feeling pretty great and were at the edge at some point. And the girl in Spark, and when you see the video, MTV, I think, is previewing it like Wednesday. She's still alive, and she's still breathing, and there's still hope, but you don't really know what's going to happen to her. And it was that moment where, bad things can happen to good people, and nobody really wants to acknowledge that, but it does, and we all know that. And yet, she's still hanging on to every breath that she has because she believes in the life force so much. And as long as she can keep focused on that thought, that's her power and that's her empowerment. Even though she's going through some pretty incredible things in the video and you don't know if she's going to make it out of there, but she's still surviving. And the girl in Spark is just trying to survive a really, really bad day.
This interview isn't over. More after a quick break. You can also find it and more on the Morning X with Barnes and Leslie podcast. You're inside the best of the Morning X.